Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R740xd server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on Windows Server operating systems. Let's hop in. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R740xd server. Do us a favor, if you find anything in this video useful, click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, we'll hop in. This video is specifically dedicated to Windows Server operating systems. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a compatible list of the Windows Server operating systems. Then we're going to show you how to install Windows Server locally onto your server. Then we're going to show you how to create a virtual machine and install Windows Server onto your VM. So there will be a lot of fun stuff going on in this video. So let's hop into the compatible versions. You have 2012, 2016, 2019, and 2022. If anything comes out in the future that's compatible, do us a favor and drop a comment down below just to help other users out and keep this video up to date. Well, let's hop into the fun stuff and show you how to actually install it.
Hey guys, this is Ben with Cloud Ninjas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install Windows Server. The first way I'm going to show you is how to install it locally onto your machine. And then the second way is going to be how do I create a Windows Server virtual machine with VMware ESXi. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we want to do is go ahead and boot up our server, and during post we want to press F11 so we can enter into the boot manager. Now once we're in boot manager, we want to go ahead and press one shot UEFI boot menu. Now we want to scroll down and select our USB drive, and then this is going to go ahead and load us into the Windows Server installation. So once we're in the installation, we can go ahead and pick our language. So we're just going to keep it at English, and then we're going to click on Next, and then click Install Now. Once we're in here, we can go ahead and click the operating system that we want to install. So we're going to go ahead and do the Windows Server 2019 Standard Evaluation Desktop Experience. And then we can go ahead and accept the license terms and then click on Next. And then now we want to do a custom install. Since we're doing a fresh installation of Windows, we want to go ahead and do this custom installation. But if you're just doing, let's say you're upgrading a version of Windows, you want to do the upgrade. Now right here, we want to go ahead and pick the drive that we want to install Windows onto. And then once we do that, we want to click on Next. So all we got to do is wait this part through. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward that, and then we'll resume the rest of the installation. So once that is done, it's going to go ahead and boot back into Windows Server. And then once it's fully booted back in, we can go ahead and set a password that we want to be on the built-in administrator user account. So this password can be whatever you want it to be, but I recommend you picking something that would be hard to guess so your account will be secure. Once we've created our password, we want to click Control-Alt-Delete and then type that password in so we can go ahead and log in. And there you have it. We have it successfully installed Windows Server 2019 locally on our server. Now we're going to go ahead and show you how to create a Windows Server 2019 virtual machine in VMware ESXi. So we're just going to go ahead and you can open up any web browser of your choice, and then we're going to type in the VMware IP address. Once you've typed in that IP address, we're going to go ahead and enter in the username and the password. Once you've logged in, you want to go ahead and create a data store, and once you've created that data store, it'll be on the left side of the screen. So as you can see, we have data store 1 right here. Next, we want to click on data store browser, and then we want to click on create directory. And this is going to be the directory that we're going to put our Windows Server ISO file into. So once we've made that, we want to click on that, and then we want to click on upload, and then we want to select that Windows Server ISO file. And once we do that, this will go ahead and upload the file. So it may take a little bit of time for it to fully upload. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward, and then once it's done, we'll go ahead and continue. So it's reached 100%, so we can just go ahead and click on close. And then now we want to click on virtual machines and then create/register VM. Next, we want to go ahead and click on Next. And then here we can give our virtual machine a name. This can be anything you want it to be, but I recommend it being somewhat descriptive of what the virtual machine is for. Now we want to pick an operating system family. So this is going to be Windows. And then now we want to pick the version. So it's going to be Windows Server 2016 64-bit. Now we want to actually select that data store we just created and then click on Next. And then here we can actually choose our configuration. So we can adjust the number of CPU cores, the amount of memory we want to allocate towards this virtual machine, plus a whole lot more. We're going to go ahead and leave it at the default, but I do recommend you changing these settings before creating a Windows Server virtual machine, especially if it's going to be a very resource intensive virtual machine. I recommend cranking up those CPU cores, cranking up that memory, increasing the amount of hard drive space, and whatever else you need to do based off your application. But we want to go down to this drop down next to CD/DVD drive 1. We want to click on that drop down and then click on data store ISO file. And then we're going to go to that directory we created earlier and click on the ISO file. And then once we've done that, just review all these settings and then click on Next. Right here, it'll be another overview of your settings. So if you want to go ahead and review that once more, you can. But then you want to click on Finish. So now we want to click on our virtual machine and then click on the Power On button. Once you've clicked Power On, a console window will pop up. And this is our actual virtual machine, so we can go ahead and start that Windows installation process. The virtual machine will automatically boot into that Windows installation, and as you saw from earlier in the video, these are going to be the exact same steps that we took to do the Windows installation. The only difference is instead of installing it locally, we're installing it as a virtual machine. So we're going to go ahead and just fast forward through the installation steps. If you do want to go back through the installation steps, I just recommend going back to earlier in the video where we went through those steps. And then once we're done, we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. So just like before, it's going to ask us to create a password for the local administrator account. But once we've done that, we can go ahead and log into the operating system. And there we have it. We have successfully created a Windows Server virtual machine, as well as did a local installation of Windows Server directly on our server. So if you found this video useful, go ahead and leave a like and smash that subscribe. And if you're interested in purchasing a custom built server, whether it's Dell, HP, Supermicro, IBM, Cisco, we have plenty of those in stock. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That is sales@cloudninjas.com.